Word up, George Japan here. Once again, up at the crack of dawn, rushing off to the station. And today, let's go to Hiroshima. I know, that's probably my most ambitious adventure yet. But hey, it's Golden Week, which means I have a little more time. But it also means that the trains are going to be crazy congested. And actually, my parents are here. Oh yeah, where are my parents? Well, they got up earlier than me, and they went to the station first. So yeah, my parents can wake up earlier than me. But I can run faster, so we'll probably meet at the same time. Anyway, let's go. I found the suspicious people.
Huh?
They're filming for the YouTube. My dad is double bagging right now. It's additional armor. As a Hawaiian, he has a low resistance to cold. Word up, George Japan here, adding a voiceover because of social phobias. Traveling to Hiroshima now. And I greatly underestimated how many people would be here. Before getting on, it doesn't look too crowded, but once we were in there, it was totally packed. Yeah, all the seats were full, had to sit separately. The young salaryman next to me was actually fast asleep, blocking any view of the countryside from the window, but luckily he decides to lean forward to fall asleep on his fold-out tray, so now I can get a nice view of the countryside. Glorious. We arrived in Hiroshima safely now, but there's no time to rest. We have to quickly transfer onto the local lines, the Sanyo line. This is still before 8 a.m., but it's already really packed. Again, Miyajima, a very popular place to visit. And I don't really know where to go, but this is the way to the ferry port. There's a huge crowd, so we're just kind of following the crowd here. Yeah, just a beautiful day to be out. This is the ferry port here. Just a side note, if you do have like an IC card or Sugoka, you don't need to buy a ticket. It's run by JR, so you can just kind of keep going, which is what we did here. Yeah, tons of people. Just an ocean of people. And it looks like we're just about to get on, but no, actually my dad doesn't make that cut, and we have to wait for the next one. Real dramatic timing there. It makes for a good video. That's the ferry leaving, but don't worry, another one will be back. Large crowd behind us already. And yeah, the next ferry has arrived.
Yeah, it's run by JR.
Telling my dad here that it's run by JR, and the crowd has grown exponentially. And the gates are open, and everyone makes a dash to get on. Again, everybody wants to get a good spot to see those beautiful torii arches. And over here, I'm actually the first one on the top deck on the right-hand side here. A great spot, but I see another guy with a pro camera on the left-hand side, and I thought I should be going over there. I was wrong, and I made a big mistake, and now my spot's gone. I remember this. There are two people behind me giving a really good commentary about seeing the beautiful torii arches off in the distance, and I was just being silent. And here we are, beautiful Miyajima. This is the second day of Reiwa, so really good timing to come here. That guy praising the sun over there. Now you may be thinking there's not too many people here. Well, what I did was I waited until that first crowd that got off the ferry just kind of went forward, and it's before the next crowd comes in. And I do recommend doing that. Oh, and also there's deer here. I did not know that about it. I didn't actually research very much. And I think over here I've noticed that there's an owl cafe, a cat cafe, a Shiba Inu cafe, all these various animal cafes, and I really want to go in. Oh yeah, and an owl just pooped right now. Wish I could zoom in on that. Can't. Yeah, it's something I'd love to do, but I don't actually do it on this trip. Maybe someday in the future. I'd love to do that. Yeah, just beautiful ocean, really. Again, with all the deer, there is a lot of deer poop, so watch your step. Yeah, the new crowd of tourists have come in from the ferry and just kind of getting pushed along. Again, everybody heading towards the Itsukushima Shrine. That is the mainstay of it. But just beautiful. Yeah, getting closer to the shrine here, and if you can see, there's a line that's starting to form. That everybody's lining up to get into the shrine, to get into Tsukushima. But I'm just admiring the ocean and the floating Tori arches, and I just gotta get a little closer to it. Gotta get closer to this water. It's just so beautiful. Wow, I mean, I have high standards for beaches coming from Hawaii, but wow. Just incandescent, really. My dad over here, he made a friend. I think he said he was from Poland? Forget exactly, but my dad, a very social person. He can just talk to anybody, really. My mom, on the other hand, is more of a shy person. When my dad started talking to him, she just kind of started walking away, which is why my personality is at sometimes outgoing, but at the same time, social phobic. Actually, at the time, I wasn't really sure what everyone was lining up for. I thought everyone was lining up for like a boat ride around the floating Tori, and then later on I thought they were lining up to take a picture in front of the floating Tori. But no, it's all for Tsukushima Shrine. I greatly underestimated its glory. I don't know how long the wait would have been, maybe 3-4 hours to get in, but we were there just for the day, so there's no way we could have waited. Here's the scenic point where you can get your photo taken for an additional fee, but I'm okay with just snapping a selfie. This deer really enjoys this lady over here, but then is distracted by my mom and her water bottle. We're gonna go on the boat cruise, my dad and I. It's just 1,000 yen. It's a very fair price. I think I'm talking about how I'm not talking in this video and how I'm gonna have to do a voiceover. It's pretty meta. Okay, and we are about to get on now. Again, my mom does not want to join us because she can't actually swim. My mom is a Hawaiian who can't swim. Yes. Okay, about to get on here. As you notice, they have those really cool hats. We really wanted to wear them, but you see them right there in the bottom left. We didn't notice them. Everybody else except us and the guy next to us picked up a hat, and they're now safely... I guess this guy didn't get one. But everybody's shielded from the bright sun except for the gaijins over here. Yeah, real beautiful. Off in the distance there, the floating Tori arches. Just majestic. The guide over here is explaining everything in Japanese. I could have translated for my dad, but we were just staring at the Tori arch. He did tell us that there will be renovations done to the Tori arch, I think in June or July. So it's really good timing for us to come here, because during renovations you won't be able to see it. So good timing here. And we're getting real close to it now. Again, this is the big photo op, everybody taking out their phones. A lot of shutters going off there. Yeah, just amazing, really. I don't really know what else to say here. It's just majestic, really. This boat cruise will take you right through it, so you get a really nice photo op over here. A lot of pictures going off right now. Incandescent. This guy over here actually got a little too into it. He leaned too far back. Luckily he didn't fall in, but his hat did. Just thinking about how something this big and this beautiful could be constructed out into the ocean and then maintained after all these years is truly remarkable. When the tide does go out, you can actually walk through here. So right now it's high tide, but if you come during low tide, you can walk to this. So unfortunately, we couldn't do that this time, but I hope to do it in the future. The guide telling us over here that there is a sun and a moon on the sides of the Tori arches that point to the east and west is something that most people never really notice, but be sure to look for it, the sun and the moon on the sides. All in all, I think this was like a 20-minute boat ride. Was it 20 minutes? But yeah, really nice. Again, just 1,000 yen. It was very worth it. I had a great time. You can tip the people. They do have a box, and they ask for tips if you want to give them a tip at the end. But anyway, moving on. So we're not going to go into Tsukushima Shrine because the line is just too long, but there are some other beautiful sights around. Like this shrine over here, which I unfortunately forgot the name to, and it's right near the 5-story pagoda. So kind of look through there. I did decide to take my parents here just on the spur of the moment. I think my dad said something about wanting to visit Hiroshima, and we just got up and went the very next day. And I'm really glad I did. I've spent a lot of Golden Weeks just at home, trying to avoid the crowds, but you know, you get to see something really amazing if you push through that crowd. And it does help to go early. But as you can see, now it's nearing noon, and there's just tons of tourists. My social phobia is going crazy over here. But yeah, it's just really crowded, so we're going to actually head off Miyajima right now, and we're going to head into Hiroshima, and I'm going to take my parents to the Peace Park. So there's an express boat from here. It goes straight into the Peace Park, and we're going to ride that. And maybe in another video, I'll show you Hiroshima. But yeah, that's about it. So thanks so much for watching, and have a glorious day.